Welcome to the never-ending saga Grand Rapids City Council meetings. We've had one every week now for 3 weeks, and this being Wednesday, December 20th, we had what we think is our last council meeting of the year. We did have some things we needed to wrap up, some around contract negotiations, other around some work with the city and the school district on some projects and on the bond referendum coming up, but we do need to meet when we have to meet in order to get the city business done. So this afternoon we had a special council meeting. Did not last very long, but a couple of the highlights on the consent agenda. We established the compensation for the city of Grand Rapids exempt and non-exempt and non-represented employees for 2018 with their pay increases. One of the things that we've been looking at is trying to hold some of these down, looking at a 2-year contract versus 3-year contracts that we'd done in the past out there with either a 0 or 1% in the first year and a 2% increase in the second year. And so far that's been going very well from that standpoint. Community development. Rob Matei was in this afternoon, talked about the memorandum of understanding with Independent School District 318. Recall going back that in the efforts of building new schools in Grand Rapids at the grade school level, the school district was interested in looking at remodeling and revamping the Cohasset School and building a new school out on potential property site which the city owns next to the hospital, and then one up by the current middle school over towards the sports complex. And in return, the city of Grand Rapids would receive the old Riverview property and the Forest Lake property at some point in time. But it's all contingent on if the bond referendum passes next, I believe it's February. So more to come on that as we go. You're going to be hearing that over the next few months quite a bit from different ones around on that proposal and how we could go. They're putting together a more modified plan out there. They're getting and looking for some funding from IRRB and other sources. So what was, remember, a year or so ago when the bond went through or was proposed, you know, about 80 million, I think they're down now south of 70 million to get everything done. So all in all, a lot of work being done by the school district, and the city is certainly willing to cooperate and help move that project forward. We had quite a bit under administration this evening. Our director of golf, we changed his employment agreement a little bit. Had not been done. It takes care of some issues out there from the standpoint of being within boundaries. Bob was not within the boundaries on the city side, and we felt we needed to get him within those boundaries, but that we also needed to make a change in revenue stream out there from the standpoint of lease space at the golf course for merchandise. So that all worked out to basically being a net wash, and that will take effect January 1st of 2018. Tonight we made appointments to the boards and commissions, and I will recap the list. We had 4 boards and commissions that we filled positions for. Dan Urkula is taking another 3-year term at the airport. John Connolly and Myrna Peterson, who are incumbents, are 3-year terms at the Arts and Culture Commission, along with Kayla Schubert, who is new. There still is one position vacant, so if you're out there and you're thinking that you wouldn't mind working and being on the Arts and Culture Commission, please put an application in, and we will go through the process to try and fill that last vacancy from the Arts and Culture Commission prior to January 1st. The Library Board had some current board members that were looking for reappointment. These are 3-year terms, so Dennis Jerome, Randy McCarty, and Sue Ziggy were extended 3-year terms starting January 1st of 2018. And finally, the Police Advisory Commission, two new incumbents, or one new. Joe Barrick is a new one to the Police Advisory Commission. John Nalen and Jackie Dowell were incumbents, and their terms were extended for 3 years. And then Megan Phillips is filling the student position from the school side. So we thank all of those for their willingness, and we thank everyone who put in for boards and commissions. Thank you for your willingness to apply and to be a part of boards and commissions for the city of Grand Rapids. It's a admirable goal to have them filled with people from the community, and that input that they bring to those boards and commissions is valuable in forming our strategy and our policies as we move forward. Some contract work was done this evening. The Public Works employees agreed to a 2-year contract, $1,000 a lump sum, and then a 2% in 2019. And the library bargaining unit agreed the same, 1% in 2018, 2% in 2019, plus a $600 lump sum in 2018. A lot of this stuff has to do with the change we made that's saving the city a lot of money on our health insurance. We'd been moving from divided health insurance where some were 49ers and others were from another agency that was providing coverage for the city of Grand Rapids to everyone is under the 49ers plan, and it's actually saving the city a significant amount of money as we go forward with increases that are lower. The expectation is that this is going to be good not only for the employees but good for the city of Grand Rapids financially going out into the future. So thank you to the staff for working on those negotiations with those two groups. We still have some to go. As you recall, we have 5 bargaining unions in the city, so we've got some done and we still have some to go. I think the 2 biggest ones are probably around police and stuff. So we extended and we changed the phased retirement agreement we have with Ron Edminster. He's been working as a phased employee since 2014, which is saving. He works an appropriate amount to support us on our projects in the city, yet not over what we would expect. I think we get more than our money's worth out of Ron, and it's actually saving the city in that we don't have a full-time position because we are not paying into health insurance, vacation, and para, all of those. He just gets a flat monthly salary, and it was increased to $1576.67 on a monthly basis. Then finally, we did the same thing with our city administrator. He is a contract employee with the city. He's the administrator, but he works under a contract. So in order to bring him in line and in balance with how our health insurance is, the agreement was changed to cover 2/3 of the cost of a health insurance plan, or 67% going forward. Tom is certainly agreeable to that, and the city was agreeable to that, so that was approved as well. Finally, we paid the bills, and then I believe this will be the last official council meeting for the city of Grand Rapids for 2017. It's the holiday season coming up. I do know that there was an advisory out there. I know I've talked to you multiple times over the last few weeks about the storms that were projected to come, and they had implemented the storm advisory and the parking policy. But please keep in mind that the Public Works is planning on being out at about 4 o'clock in the morning this evening, and that if you've got vehicles parked out, please get them off the road so that we can do the plowing. We are expected to get 3 to 6 inches is what I'm being told, and then over the weekend it's going to get extremely cold. So please bundle up, bundle your little folks up. Hope everyone has a happy holiday season. And I would like to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone out there, and we look forward to getting together in January as we set off the 2018 calendar year for the city of Grand Rapids, hopefully in a positive note, moving the city forward in a positive direction. So take care and have a nice holiday season.